Prepare yourself, because if these symptoms have been showing up in your life lately, you're not just changing, you're approaching something massive, something final. The kind of shift that breaks illusions, rewrites your purpose, and flips your entire sense of identity inside out. Chosen ones don't awaken gently. Their transformation is deep, brutal, and often lonely. But before the final awakening fully activates, there's a strange stage, a spiritual threshold where everything starts to fall apart. Not as punishment, but as preparation. During this stage, your soul begins to send signals, not the kind you can ignore. These aren't just thoughts or feelings. These are symptoms that shake you at your core. Your body, your energy, your environment, everything starts reacting as if it knows something you don't. But if you've been feeling off, disconnected, or not yourself, it's not random. It's the beginning of your spiritual metamorphosis. Because before you can step into your highest frequency, before you become the version of yourself that this lifetime has been secretly preparing you for, you must first break out of the shell. These 7 spiritual symptoms are not setbacks. They are the sacred signs that your final awakening is already underway. 1, you feel like time is breaking apart and you're floating between realities. One of the first spiritual symptoms before a chosen one's final awakening is a warped sense of time. Suddenly, clocks feel irrelevant, days blur. You'll sit for 10 minutes but feel like an hour has passed, or vice versa. You'll blink and somehow it's nighttime. This isn't a scheduling issue, it's a dimensional one. What's really happening is that your energy is no longer anchored fully in linear time. You start slipping into what's often called multidimensional perception. That means your spirit is beginning to access timelines and energetic fields that don't operate by the normal rules. It can feel dizzying, dreamlike, even disorienting. You might question your memory, your sense of rhythm, or even your identity. But it's not dysfunction, it's dissolution. The old concept of time is dissolving, so your consciousness can stretch beyond this 3-dimensional experience. And here's what's even more powerful. The more time bends around you, the more likely you are on the brink of massive downloads. Visions, memories from other lifetimes, and insights into your soul path may flood in when you least expect it. Don't panic, breathe, stay grounded. This symptom is proof that you're preparing to operate from a much higher state of awareness, one that doesn't need a calendar to understand reality. 2, your body begins to reject your old life physically. You wake up and something feels wrong. Not sick exactly, but off. You might feel like your chest is tight for no reason. Your muscles ache even though you haven't done anything strenuous. You start reacting to foods you used to eat with no problem. Your skin breaks out. Your digestion feels weird. You feel bloated, inflamed, heavy. At first, you think you're just run down or stressed. But it doesn't pass, it lingers, shifts, evolves. And deep down, a strange realization starts to set in. Your body is rejecting something, but it's not food, it's not lack of sleep, it's your old life. When a chosen one approaches their final awakening, the body becomes hypersensitive to anything that no longer aligns with their future timeline. Environments, routines, even people, your body starts to treat them like toxins. That morning meeting at a job you hate, your stomach tightens, that social obligation with people who drain your spirit, you suddenly feel tired just thinking about it. It's not laziness, it's energetic incompatibility, and your body is trying to warn you. This is what most people don't understand about spiritual awakening. It's not just emotional or mental, it's cellular. Your body is literally trying to recalibrate. The frequency you're stepping into doesn't support the old programming, so your body starts rejecting it. And it can feel brutal. You might think you're falling apart, but what's really happening is that you're detoxing a life that doesn't fit you anymore. The most important thing during this phase is to listen, hydrate, rest, eat intuitively, and stop forcing yourself into spaces that feel energetically violent to your system. Your body is becoming a spiritual instrument, and anything out of tune will cause friction. That headache you get in a specific place, that anxiety that shows up around certain people, that's not random. That's your soul screaming through your nervous system. This isn't for you anymore. It's easy to dismiss it, to push through, to numb it. But if you ignore the signals, your body will just scream louder because it's not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to liberate you from a life you've outgrown. So no, you're not broken. You're becoming aligned, and your body is leading the way. You lose interest in the human game almost overnight. There comes a moment in your spiritual evolution when everything you once cared about starts to feel strangely hollow. You're not depressed and you're not burned out, but suddenly the things that used to drive you, competition, validation, social trends, money, attention, feel like background noise in a movie you're no longer watching. You scroll through your phone and nothing excites you. You walk into work and it's like everyone is playing a game you no longer want to participate in. The same conversations feel empty. The same achievements feel meaningless. It's like your soul quietly unplugged from a reality you no longer resonate with. This is what happens before the final awakening. The veil lifts, the illusion thins. You begin to see through everything. And in that clarity, the human game, the endless cycle of proving yourself, chasing things, pleasing people, and trying to fit in. At first, this can be deeply unsettling. You may question whether you're giving up or failing, but the truth is you're evolving, you're detaching, because the things that once gave you a false sense of self no longer match your vibration. This symptom often brings guilt. You might feel bad for not wanting to engage. You might even try to fake interest to avoid conflict with friends or coworkers, but deep down, your soul is craving something real, something sacred, something beyond survival and surface level status. And that craving doesn't go away, it grows. You begin to desire truth, stillness, connection, purpose, things that can't be posted online or quantified by numbers. In this phase, many chosen ones feel lost, but only because they've stopped lying to themselves. You're no longer numbing yourself with distractions. You're no longer addicted to external validation. That silence you feel, that's not emptiness, that's space. Space for a higher purpose to enter. And even if you don't know what that purpose is yet, this is the sacred clearing. This is your soul withdrawing from what is false so that it can remember what is true. So, if nothing excites you anymore, don't panic. You're not broken. You're just done playing a game you were never meant to stay in. Your emotions swing like pendulums, and you can't explain why. Before the final awakening, emotional intensity can rise like a tidal wave. One moment you're crying over a song from childhood, the next you're filled with unshakable rage, and you don't even know where it came from. These waves aren't random. They're part of your spiritual cleansing. Your emotional body is clearing residual energy, not just from this life, but often from multiple timelines. Pain you never processed, guilt you didn't know you carried, even ancestral wounds. All of it begins rising to the surface. And yes, it can be overwhelming, but this is your energy field, making space for expansion. Think of it like energetic vomiting, painful but necessary to heal. Instead of judging yourself for being too sensitive, honor the emotion. Sit with it, witness it, let it move. Your tears are messengers. Your anger is information. This intensity means your inner world is becoming more honest, more raw, and ultimately more powerful. These emotional spikes are proof that your heart is being rewired to feel in new frequencies. You are not becoming unstable, you are becoming unfiltered. And that is one of the final steps before spiritual sovereignty is restored. You start losing people you thought would be with you forever. Suddenly, people start fading away. Friends you've known for years stop reaching out. Loved ones feel distant. Conversations become shallow or strained. At first, you might blame yourself. You wonder, what did I do wrong? But the truth is, you didn't do anything. Your frequency simply outgrew their field. This isn't about ego or superiority, it's about alignment. As your soul prepares for its final awakening, it begins shedding energetic contracts that have been completed. Some people were only meant to walk with you up to a certain chapter, and once their role is fulfilled, the universe gently removes them to create space for new, higher aligned connections. It hurts deeply because some of these people meant everything to you. But if you listen closely, there's a sacred silence behind the loss, a whisper saying they were part of your awakening, not your destiny. So instead of clinging, release. Trust that new soul family, guides, and spiritual mirrors are already being drawn to your new vibration. Not everyone can walk with you into the light, and that's okay. 6. You begin receiving strange, unexplainable messages. At this stage, the universe stops whispering and starts shouting, but not always in words. You might see repeating numbers everywhere, hear songs that feel like they're speaking directly to your soul, or have dreams so vivid they feel like memories from another realm. These are not coincidences, these are activation codes. Your higher self is starting to bridge the gap between the physical and the energetic worlds. That means signs, synchronicities, and symbolic patterns start flooding in faster than your mind can interpret. You might even start hearing internal messages or sensing when someone's thinking of you. You could get chills when reading something profound or feel watched in the best possible way, as if your guides are closer than ever. Don't dismiss these moments as imagination. This is your clair senses turning on. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, they all begin to awaken as you near the spiritual tipping point. And it won't always make sense to others, but it will feel undeniably real to you. The universe doesn't speak in English, it speaks in symbols, emotions, patterns, and frequency. And now, you're finally learning how to listen. 7. A deep inner knowing emerges that you're meant for something bigger, but you don't know what yet. The final symptom is quiet. It's not dramatic, it doesn't scream for attention, but it's powerful. It's that unshakable feeling in your gut that says, something's coming. You can't explain it, you can't name it, but you feel it deeply. This knowing often shows up in moments of stillness, right before you sleep or during a walk. You suddenly feel like your life is leading to something immense and your role in it is crucial. It's as if your soul is preparing for an assignment it hasn't fully revealed yet, and even though you're not sure where you're going, you're no longer afraid of the unknown. This is where your ego begins to soften, your attachments begin to loosen, and your trust in divine timing begins to solidify. You stop chasing and start aligning. And even though you can't see the full picture yet, the quiet voice inside you keeps repeating, this is what you were born for. That voice is not your imagination. It's your spirit preparing to activate fully. If you've experienced even a few of these symptoms, you're not going crazy, you're waking up. The path of a chosen one is not glamorous and it's not easy, but it's real and it's sacred. What you're going through is the dismantling of your old identity, so your true self can emerge. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort, but chosen ones are forged through it. You're not here to follow the crowd, you're here to break the pattern. And the breakdowns you're experiencing now, the emotional chaos, the strange signals, the loneliness, are not punishments. They are the birthing pains of a soul finally remembering its mission. The final awakening is not a single event. It's a series of moments that force you to let go of what you thought life was about, so you can step into what it was always meant to be. You are becoming the version of yourself that this planet desperately needs. Not by pretending to be perfect, but by allowing your authenticity to lead. So if your world feels upside down right now, good. That means the shift is already happening. That means you're almost there.